Hello everyone, welcome to the Power BI Technical Deep Dive session of May 2016. My name is Ashish Jagdale, a data analyst at CloudFront Technologies, and today in this webinar I have with me my colleague Prakash, who is a BI architect. Hi Prakash.
Hi Ashish, how are you?
Thank you Prakash, I'm doing good. So he will be joining with me in this webinar, will be interacting with me as well. Also, I have with me my colleague Ankita Anchan, who is a BI developer. Okay, so let's take a look at the agenda of today's webinar. We'll have a quick look on the Power BI desktop updates as well as the online updates. So in a couple of months, we had a webinar in the last month, that is April. So after that, there are many updates in Power BI, which some of which we'll be having a look in today's webinar. And we have divided these updates into two categories. One is the desktop update and another one is the online update. So we'll have a quick look and finally then we'll have a Q&A session. So I have with me, as I discussed, I have with me my colleague Prakash. So he's working with BI technology, specifically Microsoft BI technology from the past 6 to 7 years. So Prakash, can you share a few thoughts with us regarding this technology?
Yes, Ashish. Nowadays, Power BI is playing very well in the industries. There are other BI tools currently present in the market, but compared to all, Power BI is very easy to use by the developers and by the clients as well. And it comes with so many updates in every month. So it's a good part to the developers and the client as well. So yes, it is a good platform for the BI technologies.
Yes, Prakash, that's definitely true. Okay, so let's start with the desktop update first. So we have divided this desktop update into three sections. One is the get data section, then is the report section and the query editor. Basically we'll be having a look at each and every section with the help of a small demo or an example. Okay, so let's begin with the first session, that is the get data. So this is the desktop update. If you get a look at the get data section, so there is a new category over here, that is online services. So with the help of this section, you can easily connect to different online connectors. So earlier this category was not present over here, so it was quite difficult to search to connect to different online services. But right now they have divided this into different section as an online service. So if you want to connect to any online connector like Facebook, CRM Online, Google Analytics, Salesforce, and so on, so you can easily distinguish with the help of this category. So this is one major update in get data section. Then the next one is the SharePoint folder connector. So there is one connector over here in file. So this has been requested for many users for in the Power BI update. So they have introduced a SharePoint folder connector as well. So if I click on SharePoint folder and I click connect, so it will ask you to enter the URL for the SharePoint. So I have with me my URL. So I'll enter the URL over here. I'll click OK.
A good feature for the Power BI because nowadays many organizations storing all those folders and all those files of the organization on SharePoint file. So I think they can easily connect to Power BI and they can make good dashboards. So this is a good feature, Ashish.
Yes, Prakash. So because earlier many of them have been storing on OneDrive, so this has been a great move, storing files on the SharePoint. So as you can see, I have connected to my SharePoint online account, and uh, after entering my credentials, you can see the different files available, and then you can work on this with these files from your SharePoint folder. So this is how you can connect to SharePoint folder and you can work with your file. Okay, so third update in get data is to specify the direct query versus import mode. So for this, I'll take a new file. So in the past few months, there have been update in Power BI regarding the direct query. So what is basically direct query? So many a times we are connecting to the database and then we are importing the data into a data model, that is into a local PBX file. But in case of direct query, we are directly connecting to the database instead of pulling the data into the data model. Okay, so when I click on database server, that is SQL database server, so here you will get two options. One is the import and the direct query. So what is the difference in this update is earlier this option used to be present once you enter the server details, database details, username, password, and once you select the database and the tables, after that this used to be option to select the import or the direct query mode. But now they have been introduced this option at the beginning itself so that we can select whether we want to import the data or we want to directly connect to the database. So whichever data sources, for example, Oracle, SQL Server, Azure SQL or Azure SQL Data Warehouse, these have been supported for the direct query, so you can find this option. So this was all about the get data section, 3 updates. So moving on to the next, that is the report section. So in this we have 4 different major updates. We'll having a look one by one. So the first one is the data model synonyms. For that I'll go to my report. So I have one sample sales report and I'll show you how data model synonyms can help you. So in this new update there is one tab, modeling, and there is one option included over here known as synonyms. So if I select any table from my model and I click on synonyms, so you can find over here different synonyms. So basically it helps us for the Q&A section, like if I type any Q&A in my dashboard. So for example, I'll go to my dashboard. So total revenue by region, or you can type total count of opportunity by rating. So basically this is a Q&A which we are using the keywords from a data model. So what this will do is it will help you to identify the keywords, like instead of rating you want to use some any other keyword, so you can specify over here in the field. So this is how it will help you.
Yes, Ashish, I think this is the key point for the high management people, because they can easily find the revenue and sales amount by typing some intelligent word. So it is very easy for them to identify some counts and some targets value. So yes, this is a good one.
Yes, Prakash. So definitely this is one of the good update. So you can give some alias for your keywords which you are using in under the Q&A section. So with the help of this synonyms option in data modeling tab, you can specify the synonyms over here, which can be used for your Q&A. Okay, so the next one is specifying the additional styles. So I go to my report. So this is my sample sales report. Okay, so what are these styles over here? So if I select a table, so these styles are applicable on table, a matrix, or a row card. So if I select this table over here and if I go to the formatting option, I can find over here different options. So earlier these options were not present over here, and then you can give some colors, alternate colors, and you can also select the background color as well. You can select some other color. So likewise you can also give the header different colors, and you can use the style and font size as well.
Yes, Ashish, I think this is the same features they given as same like Excel sheets. So in the Excel, management people can choose different kind of colors to identify the some values and some target. So yes, this will distinguish the proper format, same like the Excel data. So yes, Ashish, this is a good features for the formatting and all those things.
Alright, so this is a new update feature which makes the report more visual and appealing to the user. Okay, so the next one is the drill down action. So what is this drill down action? So if you want to see a data behind the visual, for example, if I select my estimated revenue by opportunity visual, and if I click on this drill option, so this is a new option available over here, and if you want to see the records behind this, I'll enable this option. And if I click on any bar over here now, like if I click on this CRM quick start opportunity, I can see the data behind this bar which makes total revenue. So I can go back and I can see for some other visual as well. And if I disable this option, you can simply filter the report, so it won't take me to the data. So this is how you can drill down to see the data behind the visual. So this is one of the another update in Power BI desktop tool for the reporting section. And the next important update over here is exporting your Power BI file to a template. So how you can do this? So if I go to file and if I click on export, so there is an option over here, Power BI template. If I save the file, so it will ask me to give some description for this template. So I'll write as sample Power BI template. I'll click OK. So I'll give this template the default name. So I can save this template on my desktop file. So what this template will do is it will store all the structure of the report, like the visuals, the data model behind this, the measures and columns which we have created and used in this report, except the actual data. So I have stored this template on my desktop over here. So as this template does not contain any data, so you can see the size of the template is merely 39.2 KB, while in case of original file it is 3.39 MB. So this is how you can distribute this template to different users, and once the user connect this template to the source data, then it will start importing the data from the source and you can work on this template and you can recreate the PBX file. So this is how the templates can be useful. You can create templates for your different reports and then distribute this template to different users, as this does not contain any data. So it will hardly a small file. Alright, so let's move on to the next section, that is the query editor. So from Power BI update, desktop update, this one is the third section for which we are going to look the updates of. Let's have a look one by one. So if I go to my query editor, so first one is a conditional column. If I go to add columns, and I'll find one option, that is a new option over here, that is create a conditional column. So this option is useful if you are not from a technical background, if you want to create some custom columns based on the conditions, or else you need to write some DAX functions which you might not be aware. So for example, if I want to write something like revenue is greater than $5,000, then it should be yes, or if I can add some more rules as well, else if revenue is uh, less than or equal to 5,000, then it's no. So likewise I can create a new column and I can decide the actual revenue status like this, and I can click OK. So what it will do is, based on the condition provided, it will create a new column, calculated column over here in the query section, and based on the condition whether the revenue is satisfied or not, the condition that is should be greater than 5,000, it will write yes, and it will write no as well based on the condition. So there are some blank values, so it's returning an error. So similarly, you can define different conditions if you are unaware about the DAX functions in Power BI. So this is one of the new update in query section. So the next one is the column data type indicator. So if you click on this, so you might find different data types which can be applicable, like if you want to change the data type of the status code to a whole number, or you want to change to some another data type, so you can easily do that by selecting over here instead of migrating in these tabs on the top. So this updates are just to make the development work easier for the developers. So this is another update. The next one is the reordering of queries. So earlier there was one update of creating a group. So like for example, if I create a group as sales, and if I put account and lead into this group, so it will help me to rearrange the query and the group the data set into different folders. And lastly, you can manage the queries as well. So here is one option. You can delete the query, or you can duplicate this query. If I want to duplicate this account set, I can simply click on duplicate, and then you'll have a same data set with the name as account set, which is a duplicate of this data set, that is account set. So this is another new option available in query section.
Hi Ashish. I think this features is useful in some organization where they have different kind of departments, different kind of groups, okay, and they're having multiple data sets. So they can distinguish in individual groups like finance and HR groups. So all those data set can be equivalent to individual groups. So it is easy to understand for the developers to getting right way to the particular data set.
Yes, definitely, Prakash. This helps developers and the users who are unaware about the file. So looking at the structure of these folders and queries, they can easily find out. All right, so this was all about the desktop update. So next one is some of the Power BI online updates, of which first is Analyze in Excel. Let's have a look. I'll go to my Power BI online account. So I have a beautiful dashboard, which is a sales dashboard with me over here. Now the first one is Analyze in Excel. So if you want to analyze the data in Excel, so like for example, if I want to analyze my report in Excel, I'll go to my data set section, and once I click on this ellipsis, I can click on Analyze in Excel. So for the first time, you need to download this Excel update and install this so that you can work with this feature. Once I click on the Excel file, you need to enable so that the connection is established between the data source. And now you can see over here the different fields from your data set, and you can start working on this field. Like for example, if I want to work with the account name and its total revenue, so I can easily do that. I can also create pivot chart. So this update is useful for Excel users who have been working previously on Excels. So this update might be useful for the Excel users. So you can analyze the data in Excel as well from your Power BI file. Alright, so another two new features introduced day back. One is the favorite dashboard. Okay, so earlier there was one option as featured dashboard. That means once you have logged in into your account, so one that is a featured dashboard, you will able to see that dashboard. So what is a favorite dashboard? So like you have many dashboards in your account. If you want to set a particular dashboard as favorite, like I want to set the sales dashboard as my favorite dashboard. So now this is my favorite dashboard. So once I click on my favorite icon, I can see there is one favorite dashboard over here. Similarly, I can set this another dashboard with me, that is opportunity dashboard, as a favorite dashboard. And now when I go to the favorite section, I can see these two dashboard which are set as favorite. So I can easily migrate to the dashboard. So this helps in identifying which all the dashboards I use frequently on a daily basis. And one very good feature of Power BI introduced is the dataset file size. So for example, right now I have a different data sets with me in my Power BI online account. So you can see the size of this data set, which is merely 10 MB or 4 MB. So if you have large heaps of data, like you have 150 or 200 MB, so earlier the limit for this file size was 250 MB, but with the help of a new update, you can increase the dataset file size till 1 GB. So that's a very good feature which helps in keeping your data set intact with the Power BI, so that you are not able to switch to a new data set. You can continue with the old data set without deleting any of your old data, because they have given the restriction or the size limit as 1 GB. This is one of the good update in Power BI. So this was all about online update. So that's all for today's section. If you have any queries, you can type into the question box.
Yes, thank you, Ashish, for all these good updates about Power BI.
Yes, Prakash. So definitely these were a few of the important and good updates from Microsoft, and hopefully we'll be looking at some more updates in the coming month and in our next webinar as well. All right, so that's all for today. Have goodbye and have a good day. Thank you so much.